Finally, in a world where everyone thinks they can do my job, check out this guy.
What up, peeps? It's your boy, the Penguin. And I'm sitting next to my boy, the Killing Joke, Watt.
That's so funny. That's a good joke. I mean, I was going to say, why so serious? But you're not very serious right now, are you? No. Okay. Well, you know, whatever doesn't kill us just makes us stranger. This is the Joker review.
And I'm here to put a smile on everybody's face. Blah blam. Hey guys, we went and saw the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I mean, it wasn't that funny,
It definitely wasn't that funny.
but in a way, it was one of the best movies I've seen all my life.
Wow.
Yeah, no, not just this year, not just the last 2 years or 3 years. You see where I'm going with it? 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 32 years. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
So what'd you like about it?
Everything.
Let's do some pros.
I can't do negatives. I don't have any real negatives about this film.
There's got to be at least one negative.
I could say, like, this is the first time I watched the film where I didn't go, I wish they would have done this, or I wish they would have done that. I had 0 notes on this film. I just enjoyed it. It was one of the first times going to the movies in a comic book experience where I didn't have to go, they messed it up, or, they didn't follow a story, because there's no one story to follow.
Yeah.
You know, this wasn't a story that had legitimate canon to it. So I'm just like, I got to be a fan of something new for once, and that was really cool.
There's a lot of question marks, I thought, going into it.
Okay.
First, like, how was it going to be? Joaquin Phoenix.
Right. When, I had faith in Joaquin because of 2 movies.
Walk the Line?
Walk the Line and We Own the Night.
Okay.
2 great, great movies that really pushed him over as an actor to me. Oh, also that Ladder 40-something or other.
That was a good movie.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I have faith in him. I knew when they announced him that if anybody was going to top or equal to Heath, it was going to be Joaquin Phoenix. But we don't talk about Joaquin's rap career. We don't talk about that.
No.
Right.
Nope. No rap career.
But your thoughts though. Go again.
I went in, like I said, with question marks. And then we started watching it, and I'm like, actually, the opening scene, when I saw the old school Warner Brothers stuff, it kind of got me right there. I was like, oh, I remember that. I'm still old.
We're always going to be
always super old. I remember that logo.
The beginning of the movie, the whole tone of the movie.
Yes.
It was set,
even the font. The font
right,
had tone.
it was set back in the day, and it had a very nostalgic feel. I very much enjoyed that about it.
I felt like I was there. I really was.
Yeah,
it really transported you, like, right there.
Everything about it was authentic. And to top off your note about leading into this movie with misconceptions, the trailer for this movie led me to believe this movie was going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, that's just a dude and a clown, and he's really like he's not emoting like you would think the Joker would. Like, it's just very droll. But then you go and see the movie, and the movie starts off kind of with a bang. And you're just like, oh, man, those trailers misled us.
Yeah.
Like, this movie was not like the trailer was at all. And
that's true.
They gave us just enough of the trailer to keep you interested, but not to lead you into anything. So
it already kept me interested as soon as that Joker and me with my Batman. I love Batman. Batman's cool.
You can't really be like a 30-something-year-old man and not be into
Yeah, you got to be in the Batman. I mean,
You're Amish.
plus DC.
Okay.
I'm so into DC. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Marvel really knows how to do like the movies well. I think
The
DC.
stories.
I think
The
DC's
characters.
DC's going to catch up though. DC is definitely going to catch up here
Yeah,
soon.
we'll see.
We'll see.
I don't know. DC's movies are very sporadic for me. I like the idea of doing, instead of them creating a universe, I think they should do movies like this where they're standalones.
Yeah,
Like,
all
they've-
standalones.
All the standalones have been very successful. Like the Batman franchises, like Forever, Batman and Robin, kind of gay. But Keaton Batman, awesome.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
So you take it, you stand it alone.
Even the Bale ones were okay.
They were okay.
They were good. I mean,
To be honest, it took me years to fall in love with them, but I fell in love.
The Dark
with them.
Knight is still one of my favorite movies. It's still one of my
Dark
favorite
Knight.
movies.
And you know who I even like? The Dark Knight Rises.
Really?
Yeah, I love
Really?
that
Ooh.
incarnation of Bane.
Ooh.
I actually really like that Bane.
I was bored in the dark.
I was molded by it. I touched a girl for the first time. And hashtag me too.
I think one thing too that I really liked that me and you kept conversing back and forth of our different theories of the Joker.
Ooh.
I thought that was cool. Like you
Yeah.
was first like, oh man, I bet you his dad.
Ooh, I did say that. I did call
Yeah.
that. I was like, yo, Thomas, yeah, I can't say it. There's a point where you think maybe him and Bruce Wayne are brothers. And I called it pretty early on. I was like,
Kudos for the director for making you think that, by the way.
oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everyone thinks that. Like I thought about that
And
myself.
There were so many times in the movie where you're like, you had no idea which way it was going to go, but they led you to believe it could have went any different way, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I think this director is like, and I told you my favorite movie of all time because of the intricacies is The Shining.
Yeah.
And this, I put it up there with it. I think he is like on the level of a Scorsese or a Stanley Kubrick. Like there was just so much detail in this movie that was just phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, your theory was you're not going to say what your theory was?
I had so many.
What was your main theory? We were talking about the whole him being the offspring of Thomas Wayne.
Oh yeah. Like he was.
Oh, we can say that's not a spoiler.
Yeah, like he was the
Everyone
brother
knows
of
that.
Bruce Wayne's brother. Like,
Yeah.
like, and then I was thinking, oh well, only he knows it, and that's why he's so like
Yeah.
in love with the idea of like,
Yeah.
oh, me versus Bruce, and Bruce doesn't really know it, but like in his,
I mean, that all connected the dots to me as soon as you said it. I'm like, yeah, this could be it because
Yeah, and
it always feels like they have that brother type thing.
and they never really hit that in the comics.
Because he won't kill him and Batman won't kill him. So it's always like, it's
like that,
It's like they're brothers.
even though
Like
my brother's a piece of shit, I fucking love him, type of thing.
deep down, they have a family tie.
Family ties.
Nah.
But in all seriousness, I totally was like, man, if that's the twist this movie goes with, I'm with it. Do it.
I was so with it.
Yeah.
And then we got what we got, and then I said, what if my theory is, and I still believe this to be true, but I could be wrong. What if this is the Joker origin story, which it is, it kind of is, and all the rest of the Jokers that we've seen till now are copycatting this one event of, hey, there's like this outspoken thing, and everyone's wearing the mask, and just because he had the mask, and it was famous at that time period, so every psychopath in between each time period now is like, oh my gosh, remember that time when that guy stood up and was like the Joker, but he's dead now, but I'll let me relive that. It's like, it's
I
like
told you,
his legend never dies.
You had that idea, and I let you know that actually was kind of the premise for what goes down in the TV show Gotham.
Yeah.
So
I didn't watch Gotham. So
right. So it was totally an original idea to you, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So props.
Yeah.
Bad props.
So what's your rating?
Woo! I mean, I haven't said anything bad about this movie. I don't think I can say anything bad about this movie. I probably could if I dive really deep. And let me go ahead and say this before I give you my rating. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding this movie, being that, it's too violent. And I don't believe any movie is too violent because we've all seen 300. Right? Am I
That's your
wrong?
basis for violence?
Blood, spear,
Wall of dudes.
fucking Xerxes tranny guy. You know, like
Man, they literally had a wall made out of people. That was cool.
I'm pretty sure that this doesn't beat us on the violence thing, but to take the violence and make it so modern and so real and so gritty, but also to mix in the reality of the neglect of society on the mental health community, mental illness community. It's so real. It's so authentic, and it brings your freaking your heart into this movie. It tears your heart.
What's
out of
weird
your
is it
chest.
makes you root for the bad guy.
Which is
It's
where it's
so cool, though.
and this
That's
is
a cool
where
thing.
it's cool, but now this is where it gets dangerous, because when you root for the bad guy, you're identifying and sympathizing with a villain,
Yeah.
which
I think it was more like sympathy of the you were
well, because he's
being
our
very
main,
sympathetic for him, you know. Like,
naturally you root for your main character,
yeah, of course.
right? But our main character is a villain, and we're not seeing that because he's our main character. We're sympathizing. Now, here's the deal: you and I can go watch this movie and sympathize and root for our main character, who's a total bad person, but an impressionable child
Yes.
or somebody with serious mental health issues will go to this movie and possibly identify with these characteristics and could warp their mind, to be honest. 'Cause
Yeah.
it does create that possible danger. It's not proven scientifically, but it is a possibility. And also, just to double tap this, Zombieland's
Zombieland.
coming up.
Look for the review.
Also, remember when we were sitting in the theater after the movie, and that they like denied it? Dude,
Oh yeah, I was just getting ready to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually will deny you if you have kids to go take this movie, which why would you?
You're a bad parent.
Like, why would I don't understand. If you've seen a movie that's about the Joker, who's probably the most psychotic villain
Right.
that you can, I mean, even if you didn't even hear him, you
Like,
have
I
heard
get
of him somehow,
I get it. You think, oh, it's a comic book movie, whatever.
and that's
Wrong.
what Marvel has installed
Wrong.
in everybody. By the
Right.
way,
This is not the case. Be warned.
it's okay to dress up as Thanos. Like,
Right? Well, and that's different because like Thanos is not a bad person. He's just bad ideas. Second movie, bad person. First movie, misguided. Anyway, be warned. Don't take your children to see us.
If you do, you're going to get kicked out.
Look,
They're not gonna
and
show
if they let you take your kid to see this, and your kid like does something stupid,
that's shame on the movie theater.
we're gonna call CYS on you. You know.
And let's say something. There should be movies out there, and I think we talked about this. There should be movies that adults only can just go to.
Whatever happened to that? Like, I remember when my parents went to see American Pie, and I couldn't go, and I literally had this image in my head. Well, why is it so special? What do they serve cakes and pies? What do they serve cakes and pies at the movie theater? I can't.
Video
go.
games used to be the same way. You couldn't buy video games unless you had an ID or 18 or a parent.
Yeah, I remember
You
I
know?
couldn't go see South Park bigger, longer, and uncut. You know, like circumstances.
Blame Canada.
I couldn't go see that without an adult. So I went with my 18-year-old cousin. And
Wink, wink.
Got in anyway.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I just feel like mainstream media needs to chill.
Yeah, I'm
Just
not
chill.
about censorship,
Just chill.
but there are some things that should not be for the eyes of.
You're
the
dealing
young
with
or the
DC
ill-minded.
Universe. You're going to get that dark, sick, twisted mind. You're going to get that. It's DC Universe. That's exactly what it
Yeah,
is.
it literally should be called the Dark Universe, except Dracula.
Yeah. So my rating. Let's go with your rating.
Oh, okay.
Go with your rating
Save the
first.
best for last.
Yeah, we always do.
Literally, I'm going to go with, like I said, level of Scorsese, Stanley Kubrick type esque 9.8. This is not a perfect film, but if it's like I who am I to judge what's perfect? Okay, 9.8.
You suck, by the way. Because when I first after I saw this, I was going to go straight just 9.0.
Whatever happened to Dave Thomas, by the way?
Died of a heart attack.
Some burgers.
But I was going to go straight 9.0. But after watching this, and it's been like, what, 2 weeks?
So yeah, when we were done with the movie, you were like, "Yeah, I think I'm at a 9.0," and I'm like, "I don't know, I'm pretty high." And I'm not high, but like,
I let time marinate, and I rewatched some scenes, and I just started watching more Jokers and like more movies with the Joker in it.
I watched a lot of interviews with Joaquin Phoenix.
And it's, I'm going to have to agree with the Watt on this one of a 9.8.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I wouldn't give it quite a perfect score, even though it's so close.
Yeah.
It is. I don't know what would
Like,
put it.
yeah, you can't. You
What's
can't
going
even
to push it
tell.
over?
You can't even decide what it is that would make it perfect, or I can't even decide what it is that doesn't make it perfect. I just know I can't judge what makes a perfect movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good. Everything about it. I was in the movie the whole time. I couldn't stop watching. I can't stop thinking about it.
I want to go see it again.
I kind of want to rewatch it again and again and again because it's just that good. And I just have to say, man, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Finally giving us something awesome
What is it?
to watch.
Director Todd Phillips.
That's
Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix.
DC.
DC. Warner Brothers. Both of them.
Thank you for giving us
Your
a movie.
sister Dot.
Thank you for giving us a movie we don't have to spend 12 hours watching.
Yeah, and I only spent $8 to get in. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's so great. It was just I can't say anything bad about it. I have no negative things, which leads me to believe why can't I say a 10? Because
Right.
there's not really anything bad. I mean, we did say Justice League was like a 10.
Right. We were really hyped up on that.
We were really hyped up because all our favorite superheroes except for Cyborg
We came back
was
home.
like
Right. We should have gave that a few days.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, I could have gave that one a 9 to be honest because this here definitely killed it.
Yeah.
Joke. Yeah. But I mean, it's definitely have a date night. Go watch this movie.
Mm.
It's a date night movie.
I don't know if I
You
take
need two
my girl to
adults.
see this.
You need two adults to go. Oh, I mean, girl wants to. She's all scared. Kudos, and we brought this another thing we got to bring up. Kudos for releasing this in October.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what
Dude.
made it even the best.
Nothing better than to watch a crazy movie in October.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you were already hyped up to see all that blood, gore, and psychotic. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, shit.
You just said it 3 times. Yeah. I mean, I can't say anything bad. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love it. I love it. Love.
So
So,
yeah.
If you want to love the stuff that we do, what do you got to do?
You gotta like it first before you love it,
Yeah.
and then you gotta share it so all your friends can like
You got
it.
to see first.
You gotta hit that see first so you can see it first, which proves that you love us. And subscribe, hit the bell, ding, 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 all that good stuff from the Penguin and the Watt, and that ain't no joke.
Blah blah.
Can you please stop bothering my kid?
Sorry.
Arthur, I have some bad news for you. This is the last time we'll be meeting.
You don't listen, do you? You just ask the same questions every week. How's your job? Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts.
And finally, in a world where everyone thinks they can do my job, check out this guy.
When I was a little boy and told people I was going to be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
You can say that again, pal.
It's so awful, isn't it?
For my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do. And people are starting to notice.
You think this is funny? Is this a joke to you?
Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?